you describe the difference between the team that we saw in Portland versus the team that showed up tonight?
Night and day. Yeah, night and day. I could feel it. I could, all night long, from the beginning of the game to the end. That team had just won 9 games in a row. And I think you look at this season, I think there's probably the 4th or 5th team that had long winning streaks that we were able to, take down. And we all understood the importance of this game to try to salvage this road trip to go 500 against some really good teams. Houston is in front of us. We're 1-1 with 1 game remaining. But as you said, more important than anything, 20 to 10 second chance points in our favor. 14 to 0 in fast break points in our favor. 28 assists, only 9 turnovers. So when you play with that kind of physicality and urgency, and you're disciplined, and we execute, you give yourselves a chance. Now, on top of that, Jamal Murray was special tonight. 39 points, 7 assists, only 1 turnover against one of the elite defenses in this league. Aaron Gordon, 8 assists, 0 turnovers. I thought DeAndre Jordan was incredible today. Michael Porter, 17 and 9. Russ, 14 off the bench. So we got contributions from everybody. But most importantly, as you mentioned, Katie, just a different team. And if we can find a way to be that team every night, I really like our chances.
It was a little different in that most nights we say, hey, we had to come up with some situational defense to win this game. Tonight, almost like you had to have situational offense late in that game to win it.
Yeah, obviously getting the right lineups out there, ball handlers, free throw shooters. We made the game probably a little bit more interesting than it should have been down the stretch with a few turnovers, but our guys battled. They just gave everything they had. And as a coach, that's all you can ever ask for. We're going to make mistakes. I don't want a perfect team. I am far from perfect. But what I do want is a team that is just committed to one another and just leave it all out there. And we did that today for 48 minutes, and we're able to take down the number 2 team in the West. And proud of our guys for that. And now, obviously, it gets no easier with 10 games to go, a back-to-back tomorrow night. And hopefully we can go home with a 5-game homestand and find a way to protect our home court.
Coach,
Go ahead.
I was just wondering, how soon after Portland did you decide to start DeAndre Jordan tonight? He hadn't played in 10 games. I was wondering what led to the decision?
Well, 2 things. DJ was going to start in Portland. And with Klingon, they're rebounding. And then Klingon was a late scratch, so we went small. And knowing that Houston was elite offensive rebounding team, and with us being without Nikola Jokic, and knowing they were going to play Şengün and Adams, I knew DJ was going to play. And I made the decision soon thereafter that game that DJ is one of our best defensive rebounders. He's one of our best rim protectors. And if we're getting our butts kicked on the glass, let me put out one of our biggest, strongest guys that has a very impressive 17-year resume. And special day for DeAndre because this is where he's from, playing in front of a lot of family and friends, and 15 rebounds, 12 defensive, 4 assists, a steal, did a lot of really good things for us. So I'm happy for DJ. I'm proud of him.
How much do you think him as a screener helps Jamal get open in situations too?
Yeah, and not only setting great screens, but if you ever really watch DJ, as he's coming up to set the screen, he's making eye contact with the small. He's looking to flip the screen at the last second. That makes it so much harder for the on-ball defender to navigate. Am I sending him left? Am I sending him right, middle, down, whatever the case may be? So he's a guy that will usually lead us in screen assists, getting guys open. Because against that defense, Jamal's not going to have 39 just going one-on-one. You have to find ways to give Jamal Murray room to operate and give him some separation. And Jamal had a special night, but I thought his teammates did a hell of a job in terms of getting him open. But again, 9 turnovers against that team is really impressive.
Is there something you see with Jamal where you know he's got it going that night?
Yeah, I mean, the first quarter, obviously, when he just doesn't ease his way into the game, when he comes out into the first quarter and tries to impose his will. And he did that tonight. I ran him the whole first quarter, I believe, because he was scoring at such a high clip, and I felt if I took him out, we may have a hard time scoring without his offensive juice. But yeah, we've said it for a long time. An aggressive Jamal Murray is a very effective Jamal Murray, and that was great to see him have that type of a game. And it's also my job to make sure he can't have 10 field goal attempts in a game. I mean, that's not Jamal's fault. That's my fault. That's his teammates' fault. We got to get Jamal Murray more than 10 shots, and he got 28 up tonight, and that's the ballpark he should be living in.
How did you see Aaron Gordon step up, particularly in the fourth quarter for you
Yeah,
guys?
he made a huge shot. You know, they were making a run. I think it was 4.4 on the shot clock based on out of bounds. Drew up a little play, a couple of options. They took away our first option, and Aaron was able just to, ISO at the nail and make a big shot. So 13, 4 boards, 8 assists, and 1 steal and no turnovers. Timely plays. We found him in the middle against their zone. They played a lot of zone tonight. And it's just when you can get Aaron the ball in the middle of the floor, it's a calming influence. He can score, he can facilitate, he can make plays. And it was fun to watch. All of our guys bounce back, from a tough loss, disappointing loss in Portland.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.